have any traffic problems till Abingdon, which, of course, for you guys who aren't from here, is like 15 miles from Bristol. We had to take a back. Of course, we knew the back roads better, but unbelievable. Came to a complete standstill. But we're home. And my
better question is, are you ready to play?
Oh, well, I'm getting there. I'm getting my food together. And my daughter has already told me she's bored. We've been here 20 minutes. I mean, that's as bad as it gets.
Go read a book.
Yeah, I mean,
Pick
I
up
don't
the
know.
trash.
I just looked, and I didn't even look. I just walked away.
As you should have.
Just walked away. It says, "You just figure that out yourself." All right. Yeah, let me get on. I need to get on Fantasy Grounds. Anyway, are we going in the tunnels? Have we
That was
rested?
the plan.
We haven't done anything, really.
Oh, y'all were just sitting here waiting on me?
Yep.
I wasn't going to put it that way, but yes.
We're all sharing
No, it's all
stories
good.
about how each of us met Chip.
We've been kind
Three of us, it was the same story.
Yeah, right.
we've been kind of testing things out, and
He called in after 4 glasses of wine.
It's so kind of sad you had to get yourself drunk to play the first time. I told you it wouldn't hurt.
Intimidating group.
I'm such an introvert, I had to get drunk to talk to people online.
well, I feel you, Chip, because I've been getting drunk twice a week for the last 2 years.
Just so I can pretend to be someone else on the internet.
Just so I can pretend to be a drunk dwarf on the internet.
It's working really well, though.
All right.
I mean, if that doesn't make you feel good about your life.
I know you go back and look at it, it's like, God, I've had a lot of alcohol in 2 years.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
Did we take a long rest? Have we rested?
I think we
Yes.
decided to rest, and then we were going to head down.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're good. Yeah.
But if we're resting, I would
Two
like to go to the
people were still
library.
poisoned or diseased.
Oh, yeah.
They got healed up, which is why I'm down. Some of them are lay on hands.
Yeah, you cured the poison, but the negative effects did not go away.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
That's
Things
going
happen.
to require a little bit of cleric healing, I think, at some point.
Oh, oops.
I say my night
Sorry
dinner.
to hit.
you guys. There must have been a wooden floor in that tower we investigated last week.
Oh, yeah, the
But
trash
you know-
compactor.
Long gone now.
I mean, you know that much.
Okay, so Numa has the shoes, right? Let's get the spider shoes.
The spider shoes, yep.
And I've got
I have
my
a shield.
dagger if I need magical attacks.
Yeah, I have a sentinel shield.
Goddamn flies. Go away.
Are we heading up towards that device the dwarves wrote about in their books, or down into the caverns after the cultists?
Well, to be frank, I don't quite want to deal with gargoyles again. So I think we should head down to the caverns.
The gargoyles are by the device.
Yes.
We didn't mention that.
I did.
I don't recall.
I think you were yelling at me at one point.
I yell at people a lot. Not you. I'm curious about the device, though. I know Caden is too, even though he's distracted at the moment. Curiosity killed the cat and the group. Or Caden's
Well, I
cat.
believe there was talks of some sort of a portal underground, and so if we're going to be leaving, we may not be coming back. So if we wish to investigate this device, now would be the time to do
Actually,
it.
I say let's do it, because I'd like to know more of what these cultists are working on before we go further into their domain. Maybe have a better idea to what we're walking into.
So it's one for the device and one for the caverns. What say you, Noma?
Well, we can go towards the device, and we'll see how bad it is as we go. But you've made your way at least halfway up that tower. Is that right?
Yes, indeed.
You had a long rest at about halfway up that tower.
I had to stay behind to fend off the enemies, and Xavier was trailing behind to ensure his own escape.
You see Xavier biting his lip.
Sounds like you were...
Very well, then. Onwards and upwards, then.
All right, well,
Top of the tower.
This case, since I know what's up there, I'm gonna pull out my dagger. Have my dagger ready. Oh.
By any chance, while we were short resting, could I have picked up some more crossbow arrows ammo? I'm down 6 of them.
Yeah, I don't think that's been discussed. How are we doing the arrow retrieval? Is it like half? You just figure you retrieve half, or?
I'm gonna say you break every single one you fire.
Okay.
And that
No
you guys have no consumable ammunition anymore. Those are useless.
Wrong.
Unless you have a bow that doesn't consume ammunition.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Oh, that would be such a great bow that someone would say is gay.
I did not say it was gay. I said, I don't think it suits my stealthy character.
Mm-hmm.
I was painfully mistaken, and
It
I
just
live with
wasn't
my
good enough for
consequences
you.
every day.
Now, some unknown character that we don't even have
It was
memory.
just a figment of our
Very good.
imagination.
It was a terrible dream one time. Well, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's roughly half of the ammo you expend you can recover.
Oh, good.
I'm
Family down.
really, really glad that I bought a second quiver and filled it with arrows when we left Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's probably going to come in
Had
handy.
a couple of shots.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I shot an arrow during that entire melee that you guys were doing, because I was running around climbing towers and shit. All right.
Who would like to go first?
Aravan, do you want to go first, or shall I go first again and get myself into trouble?
I would hate for you to be forced before these gargoyles that you seem reluctant to face again. You can follow behind me. Naravan will be the first up the stairs.
I'll be right behind Aravan.
I will follow close behind, ready with my whip.
You got a whip?
No, my whip.
Oh, wits.
key.
All right.
So we're heading up to the third floor?
Aravan, as you come up the stairs, knowing what to look for,
That is more than enough.
you get to right there,
Fight a gargoyle.
and you can see right in front of you is one gargoyle. You see the gargoyle up there, a gargoyle there, and another one there. Because of the way the stairs and everything works,
Right. All right.
you don't see the one behind you. But you know there's at least one. You don't know how many for sure.
So after what happened in that last tower, I think the first thing I would like to do is let those with a divine sense to check for any extras in this tower of the undead or fiend variety. Celestials, fiend, undead, consecrated, or desecrated.
You don't detect anything except the gargoyles, which
All right.
give off a. Actually, you don't
Not even
technically
start.
notice them.
I see 3 of them. All right. Let them know. Kind of put 3 fingers behind myself to let them know that there's 3, and draw the long sword and just openly
We're on
charge
the map.
I'm following right behind Aravan.
for that one.
All right, everybody, roll me initiative.
All right, we'll get to see if my little skill thing works here.
And who wants to play Caden? Xavier, I'm going to say you, because you're kind of right in the middle of everything.
That's fine.
Oh, well, actually, you haven't finished rolling. Never mind. Let's see how the initiative shakes out.
Oh, it worked.
Awesome.
23.
Octavia, why did you get advantage on initiative?
Because I have that.
Your shield, that's right.
Yeah.
Xavier, why did you get advantage?
Because of my ranger level.
Okay.
If you found the button.
Because you stole Octavia's shield.
So
I'm
in this
looking through her
case,
shield.
looks like Aravan, you're kind of in the middle of things, so
Oh,
All right.
cool.
you can take Caden for now.
You've played a wizard before, right?
I played Gaten before, briefly.
Yeah, me too. I didn't do much with him. I was like, here, sit back like you always do. Save the day.
Keep his distance. Read a book.
Okay. So,
You
as
can
soon
do
as you
access
step
to
onto the top of the tower, all 4 gargoyles turn to look at you. And as you go charging across, I'm going to say that it's not going to be a surprise round,
Right.
but I will let you get movement in, and then we'll go
All right.
into turn order.
So I'll just go right up to the closest guy.
Are
Okay.
gargoyles intelligent?
Yes. I mean, not like super intelligent, but they are intelligent. What was the order on the stairs? I know Xavier was right behind you.
And then
I was right
Octavia,
behind
Numa,
him.
Caden.
Okay, so Octavia, Numa, Caden.
And this device, is it like smack in the middle of the room or like
The device.
distance?
Well, thank you for whoever drew that for me. But it's more like,
Okay. I was imagining it like taking up the entire thing. Okay.
It's taking up a bit of
Alright.
space.
And Ben,
would
can you give me
know.
access to Caden's?
you should be able to just go to the PC thing and claim it.
He's not showing up for me. I got Chesco's.
Yeah, me too.
Scroll down.
Just popped up. I had to close it and reopen it. Okay.
Okay. So, Xavier, you're the first one to act in turn order.
All right. Well, I recognize the bastard that Aravan's attacking, and I'm going to give him the what for now that I've got something magical to deal with. So
Okay.
I'm going to run around Aravan. And since I am a ranger, favor natural explorer gives me advantage on someone who hasn't had a turn yet on attacking. I'm gonna dagger this guy.
Let me check for something.
Oh, I don't have.
Natural Explorer, you are master of the natural world. You have advantage on initiative rolls, and on your first turn during combat, you have advantage on attacks against creatures that have not yet acted. Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna have to do the sneak attack separately because I do not have a dagger set up with sneak attack damage. So, targeting this guy. Dagger.
That'll be a hit.
Nice.
It didn't actually roll advantage because I didn't click the button, so let me roll it again. Alright, 23.
Still a hit.
Alright. Dagger of Venom, 1d4 plus 5. 9 plus 3d6. So 18 total damage.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Always.
Now, your Dagger of Venom.
Yes.
Is it a special ability to have it, like, inject poison or whatever?
I have to activate it. I have to use an action to coat the blade, and then I can attack.
Okay.
So.
Alright. The next one to act is Gargoyle number 2. And let's see, just how intelligent are they? Because Chipper is a good question. Alright. So he's flying at the closest one he can find. And he's going to make an attack. So, targeting Monsieur Xavier.
Oh no!
Getting advantage because of the flanking. Here comes a claw attack.
Alrighty. I would like to uncanny dodge that for half.
Okay.
So I heal back
So.
4.
He'll make 5.
5. Okay. So I'm only at 4 wound. Sweet.
And then he makes his second attack. Also at advantage.
Oh,
His
God.
bite. Another hit. 5 points of damage.
Alright.
Octavia.
Okay, I'm going to move forward there. And then I'm going to target Mr. Gargoyle 2. And I'm going to mace him. With advantage because I'm flanking.
Go for
Pepper
it.
spray.
Spray him.
Pepper spray.
Unfortunately for you, he's immune to mace.
No.
He has no soft mucous membranes to be affected.
That's wrong. Ah.
Nice.
He does have immunity to mace.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Everyone looks okay right now, and I can't do a bonus. So yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Very proud of myself.
Gargoyle number 1.
Mason.
Gonna fly at the closest guy to him. And he's going to take a swing and a bite at Numa. Misses with the bite. But he hits with the claw attack.
Oh, jeez. Man, these guys are hitting hard.
Gargoyle 3. The one that has already been attacked is going to return the favor. Also attacking Xavier with flanking.
Oh, no.
Here comes the bite. Looks like a hit. And here comes the claws. So what you guys see is, as everyone starts rushing up the stairs, Aravan gets out there first, and it's like as he's running, Xavier's like sprinting around him and sinks a dagger into this stone figure, and it sinks like it's sinking into flesh. As he pulls it back, one of these other gargoyles is converging on him from behind, and rakes at him and tries to bite him and successfully bites him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one in front of him does the exact same thing. Octavia also comes charging up after Xavier and smacks the gargoyle that just bit him in the back, right on the back of the head. And it just seems to go kind of thump. Does not seem to make the kind of impact you would have expected for how hard she swung it. And it sounded
Very
like
disheartening.
basically a mace striking stone. Aravan.
Should have used that Morning Star, but no.
I can't use a morning star.
She's not proficient with it.
I know, but she
Sorry,
can still use it.
Right. Aravan seems.
So these guys
short
aren't trying to
down.
grab and take us?
Not at the moment, no.
Alright, so that seems different for Xavier.
Aravan's just going to be swinging with his longsword. This one, the first. Going to try to add Divine Smite if the second one's a hit.
Nope.
No. Nope.
Nope.
So,
And Aravan with his great sword, or excuse me, his long sword, stabs, and it just slides off the thing's wings. And then he pulls back and rakes at it, and the sword just kind of bounces off, just like tunk.
all right, that's it for Aravan.
Numa.
Okay, I'm going to counterattack this dude in front of me. With my... Where am I at? Okay. Special level sword. Got a really special show. Ooh, good start.
Hey, we're doing great so
Got
far.
a big shoulder. So, you're fumbling, like as you're running up the stairs, you're like, crap, sword! And you're fumbling to pull it out. It's kind of hung in its scabbard.
Oh.
Okay.
Does he hit Caden on the way up?
I'll try to. Yeah, and I'm almost getting it out now. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
you
getting
actually
there,
pulled it
getting
out this
closer.
time. But you tried to do one of those cool, like, I'm going to attack as I unsheath it, and you just miss.
Yeah. All right, we're at a lot of practice here, guys. And then I'll try to hit him with my counterpuncher here.
Punch him in the face.
We're getting closer. We're getting closer.
The fact that he's flying is throwing you off. It's like he looks like a big rock, and yet he's flying. You don't get this.
I'm gonna have to use those spider slippers in a second.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm afraid to roll again.
So I take that as a no. So Caden,
Yeah.
Is that
Caden.
perhaps gargoyle number 30?
Aravan Caden.
I just made a triangle of everyone targeting each other. Well, I can't untarget as Aravan, so let's see if this is... Okay, so Caden is seeing this thing coming up, right up to the top of the stairs and attacking his human shield is going to fire a firebolt at this gargoyle.
That's going to hit.
Awesome.
Ooh!
12 points of damage. The magical fire does seem to be effective. And it kind of blasts a chunk out of this thing's chest.
That's
The gargoyle, because it can fly, can actually get... He's kind of flying right above Caden's head and trying to swoop and attack at him.
Pick him up, throw him in the river.
So, first attack on Caden. He swoops in and tries to bite. That's going to be a hit.
Don't forget, Amanda, you have that warding flare thing.
Caden were to cast shield, his AC would be boosted up to 16.
That would then miss then.
Preventing that.
Okay. The claws are going to bounce off the shield. And we're back to the top of the round.
Woohoo!
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I'm going to take like a short break, take the dog out. So
Yep.
take like
No.
5 minutes. Be right back.
Hit AC is 11.
So don't, yeah, he's not very dexterous, is he?
No. I didn't realize that.
Wizards, man.
Oh, no kidding. Fragile little angels.
Well, I think he focused all his in intelligence and constitution, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of his
Intelligence, for
focus
sure.
in intelligence. There's a little bit of focus in constitution.
He probably rolled poorly. I was so upset with Dylan on Sunday
Why is that?
Break your
because I
heart.
got crit twice, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm waiting."
Oh,
You fucker, I'm dying.
he's not metagaming.
He's like, "No, I'm waiting for
You
that
wanna-
ogre to hit you really hard."
I mean, he knows you guys are going after a profit. These are
Yeah,
the-
but Ben
Well,
got crit by
Orsi-
that ooze, taking like 40 acid damage. It's like, that's
one
not
was-
important. You couldn't give a guy a warning? Hey, by the way, you're going to get attacked by an ooze. Or pudding.
Jello monster. It's nothing good.
I'll be right back.
It's okay. We're going to get through the prophets. We're just going to kill them, and life be good. That's the plan. Radar, you were sleeping so good. The bone alone.
Doesn't prepare mage armor in their spellbook.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Can you rearrange weapons on the weapon sheet?
Not I'm aware of. It sorts them alphabetically. So if you want to do something in parentheses,
Oh,
or
yeah, it would help if I spelled
Yeah.
dagger, right? Hey, there it goes.
that.
2 G's. 2 G's.
Danger.
Yeah, Danger Venom.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's crazy. I was to take the dog outside, and I came back with a salad.
Nice.
Outside?
Did you get it from outside?
It's a grass
Just-
salad.
Just pick some weeds
You
from
have
the
a
backyard.
garden?
Traded your dog for a
Dandelions.
salad?
Daisies.
No, the dog's scared away the people who had the salad.
Yeah, strawberries, which is almost as good.
Ben, we said sneak attack damage was the same type as the weapon?
Yep.
Okay. Not typeless damage, right?
Net damage, really.
There's no typeless damage. Unless you're hitting with a typewriter.
Right. So, well, I guess the question is, would the sneak attack from a magic weapon be magic damage?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. So it's my turn, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to attack this gargoyle.
Which one?
Number 3, in between Aravan and myself. No advantage this time, though. Alright, so... Dagger of Venom. Huzzah! Natural fucking 20! Yes!
Nice.
Oh, look at all those dice! What? It is not dead! Run away!
So, as you ready yourself for for the next strike, you see it slightly distracted by the futile attempts of Aravan to do something about it, and you manage to stick your dagger right where its jugular would be, and you feel it crunch against something maybe slightly more solid than the rest of the gargoyle.
Woohoo!
And the sound seems to bother all the other gargoyles around. You gain combat advantage, or advantage against all enemies on the battlefield until the end of your next turn.
Wow!
Thank you, crit table.
Yeah, right? And I can't use my main hand weapon as an offhand attack, right?
Nope.
Okay. In that case, I am going to disengage from these two guys. And I'm going to back up to behind Octavia.
Huh.
And that's my turn.
Running away, are you?
I've learned my lesson. I am not staying in front of people.
Anything else you'd like to do?
You took my
But
advantage.
that's
Oh, I shall kill you.
that's my turn. Just wait until I get Hunter's Mark. Oh! All the damage.
Having seen you run away, this gargoyle turns around to the thing that thumped it on the back of the head.
This is the other gargoyle. Damn it, gargoyle, why did you hit me?
Yep, he's hitting that gargoyle.
Oh.
So, it manages to bite you, but its claw just rakes across your armor ineffectively. And you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna try this So I'm gonna see if I do it right. I'm gonna do inflict wounds on it. And it says I make a melee spell attack. I'm gonna click the button and hopefully it works. So we'll see. Ah, hit.
There's a hit.
Oh,
Nice.
look at that damage.
That's not very good damage. Oh. That was sad.
That's just moderately below average.
Just moderately below average.
But
I
not
really like
resistant
expecting
the
a
way it
mace,
did your mace.
you know?
Well, I mean, the average on a D10 should be about 5.
5.5.
Well, I still hit it. So, and then looking at Xavier. Like, damn it, Xavier. Why do you keep getting hit?
That's what you
There
get
we
for
go.
trying to help people.
I will heal him.
Oh,
And that is my turn.
well, thank you, Octavia. I feel so wanted.
You're rejuvenated now.
I feel rejuvenated.
So I accidentally leave you targeted and hit you next turn.
Don't do that.
The other gargoyle
No,
continues
she
to
can
attack
do it.
Numa.
Oh,
Finally
no.
manages to get a hit in.
Man, Numa's a tank.
Leave me alone, you big jerks.
I am a monk tank.
Monk tank.
And the first gargoyle that
Okay,
Aravan
guys.
charged, seeing his initial quarry vanish, turns to attack Aravan.
Gets it on a head.
Oh, yes! Yes! You resisted. What was the damage? It had to have been
3.
under 3, I guess.
Alright.
He rolled minimum damage.
Nice. Aravan.
Xavier has stepped out of the way safely. Aravan is going to take the place that Xavier once stood in and just plant his sword firmly into the ground and release a burst of energy
Ooh.
forward as these swords just explode all around him in a 5-foot radius of sword burst, doing 2d6 damage to anyone who failed. So
Apparently, you took damage.
Oh, you still have yourself targeted.
damn it, running Caden!
Ah! You took 10 damage to yourself.
Would you like to not take that damage?
I just healed myself back. Yeah, preferably not. But Gargoyle 2 took 10.
So describe the spell you've just used for the first time.
Yes, please.
The way I see it, I plant my sword into the ground and summon forth just kind of like a small circle of blades all around myself that just kind of blast outward, like a grenade or something. And that shrapnel is what blasts into enemies in a 5-foot radius of myself. For all creatures. I don't believe this one is you get a pick who. So with Xavier leaving, it's an opportune moment to do this. So it kind of blasts forth, doing force damage in all around Aravan if they fail to save. If they pass it, it's just a cantrip, and so they don't even take half damage.
What you guys see is basically this series of daggers just appear around Aravan like a shell, with all the blades pointing out. And at his word, they just burst forth. And Numa, you're up.
That was so cool. I didn't see it. I'm behind Octavia.
Okay. Let's try this again. Let's see if we're warming this dice up. Oh, God.
Maybe consider changing colors if you don't hit it this time.
Yeah, I'm going to be changing computers if I don't hit him this time.
Hey!
And then
The computer's like, okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm going to try the stunning strike as
Oh.
well on this one since I hit him. So I don't know what sequence you want to take this at. You want to do damage first? He's got to save versus a Constitution
Yeah,
save.
damage, then the
Okay.
save.
Oh, your sword isn't a magic sword, is it?
It should be.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
to
it's
put.
not showing up as type magic.
Yeah, you have to put magic in the damage type.
Damage type. Oh, sorry. I didn't put it in there. Our wonderful dungeon master. How do I do that?
Blame him.
Oh, you're blaming me for this, huh?
Numa gets carried off.
Who else should I? I'm not sure who else I can blame.
Who goes off into the
It's
sunset?
your character sheet, man.
How do I do it?
You click the.
See, that's the perfect reason why you should be. Just, I mean, really.
Well, I can create. Where's edit?
Okay,
edit,
so you go
edit.
to your special elven short sword.
Yep, I'm there.
All
I'm
right,
there.
click on the magnifying glass.
Hey, someone did that.
Hey.
You're welcome.
And then where it says type under damage, you put a comma and then magic, and it'll.
Magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So should I put that also on my unarmed attack now, or
If your fists are magic,
They are.
right? They're now magic, right?
Yep.
I believe so.
Level 6.
So
monk.
bludgeoning, comma magic.
Yep. All lowercase.
All right, I learned something today. All right. Can we re-roll that, or can you just adjust that?
I already adjusted it.
Okay. So do I do the save, or do you do the save?
Hopefully, set up where you do the save.
You should be able to just hit that cast button, right?
Well, no, because I don't have it as a spell yet.
Ah.
This is so confused. All right. So to add, dadgummit. Well, I
You
guess
guys need
once
to
you do
link
it,
Chip the thing to the website that has all that stuff figured out.
hang on. I tried to. What did it add? See, it's adding a new spell or ability up at powers. Why does it do that? Delete that. Spells. Create item. Add action. No, wait a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. I hit that little thing at the bottom. Add item. Here we go. So do I need to call this something special? Or can I just call it Stunning Strike?
Yeah, I'd call it Stunning Strike.
I've got Stunning Strike in 3 different places now. So I've added that. And then can I then edit that one with the microscope? I can. So it's say, so I push
Save.
Yeah, but it's got strength DC. I need to change it to Constitution.
I think you can just click
Right.
on it and it'll start cycling through.
Oh, here it goes. I got it. So attack. So type is Constitution. Okay. So do you save it? Now I don't know if it's half on success or not though.
No, it's
No.
It's a stun or nothing.
Yeah. So dang it, I can't see it. Yeah, damage. Half. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna roll this dice and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Nice.
Does it look
It
like it
failed.
worked right? Does it look like it worked right though, Ben? Because I can't see to know if I put it in right.
Save.
So it says Constitution save DC 13.
Yeah, that's
So
I think so.
is that all good?
looks good.
All right.
So it failed. So,
I want to
Now-
continue.
whoa.
Why? What?
Your next attack has advantage.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
you would next be able to add in the effect. But for now, I will drag the effect onto the gargoyle.
Yeah, there should be you can put an if statement in there that says, if target fails, target is stunned or whatever.
So now the thing's stunned. Like
So
I
you're
said, when
saying
you
on
attack
that? You're saying on that spell, there should be a area. Oh goodness gracious, what's going on here?
don't worry about it right now. But later,
Now I've lost my little microscope. What do you ever call that thing? Anyway, all right. Okay, never mind. All right. Did I hit him again?
Yes, now attack him
So.
again. Okay, well,
Nice.
What happened?
You
What'd you do to
theoretically
him?
should have attacked again because you had advantage since he's stunned. But
thought
CR
you-
roll damage.
Oh, did you want me to roll again to see if I got a natural 20 or something?
Right, but too late now.
Okay. So I'm totally confused. When it failed, I succeeded. I thought I failed. Okay.
No. When it says failure in the chat
know,
log, that means they failed
yeah.
to save again.
I know, but since I rolled it and it said failed, I associated those as cause and effect. And I've been
It's okay.
trying for
I
7
targeted
hours. So.
myself with my own spell.
All right, so he's so for my unarmed attack, I'm going to hit advantage, and I'm going to smack him in the head.
No, you shouldn't need to hit advantage because he is stunned. When you attack, it should automatically give you advantage.
In theory.
Okay, I see. I attack before you put that the effect on him. Okay. Now I'm supposed to put that effect on. We'll talk about it later. Okay. I'm just going to smack him in the head.
There it is.
Oh,
Numa!
awesome!
You can't
God,
hit.
leg bum.
No,
Too much
Numa's
talking.
got
Too
you.
much talking. I lost my rhythm.
Numa was asking the gargoyle, is this how it works?
Are you like stunned right now? I mean, really stunned?
Did you feel that at all? No. What
Did I-
if I do it this way?
Did my key? Did it work for you?
Does this work for you?
Did you? Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Does this do it for you?
Woo!
Oh, Jesus.
All right, I'm done. Oh, my stunning strikes back. Okay.
Right. Caden. Little panicked about the gargoyle that just came up behind him, but seeing the one in front of Numa stunned. The way I'm justifying this is if Numa gets done with his gargoyle, he can focus on Caden's gargoyle. So Caden is going to target Numa's gargoyle with Scorching Ray. All three of them. I believe they have advantage because he is stunned.
It looks like it worked.
Looks like
Yeah.
it's going to be one at a time. So 1, 2, and third.
Dying. Oh, and you crit a dying creature. That's something Caden would do.
I'm sure it's dead.
Mhm.
So dead.
Like, okay, Numa, focus on
And he's going, like just tap him on the shoulder. Like, there's one back here too.
This one's really close. Let's take care of that.
That would be his turn. Second.
Push it to the limit.
Okay. So that one gargoyle's dead now.
Go do it.
So let's get him off the map. Gargoyle 4. Still going to try to attack Caden.
Shielding.
Shielding again. Once again, that makes that one miss. And a miss. So this shield is really working out for him.
Yeah.
He's going to be upset you used all of his spells.
I mean, he can be here then.
All right.
Better upset than dead.
Yep. All right. Xavier is going to come out.
I think he'll be happier you're continuing his streak of taking no damage.
That's true. All right. So do I get flank from this position?
You will.
All right. So we'll advantage this strike. Dagger. Oh, wait. Target. There we go. Don't screw it up. Oh, 18. Ha.
Still a hit.
All those ones. Fuck you, ones. No. And I will disengage
At
back.
least we know we're all really good at rolling ones.
Yeah, I'll disengage back behind Octavia.
You did good. You did.
So why don't you just attack it with your rapier?
Because it's not magical.
So
Still does
Oh,
sound
oh wait,
bad.
are you saying like as an offhand? So
I'm saying as your main hand,
Oh,
and you get 2 attacks.
I don't. Well, I mean, I do as a bonus action, but I can't use my rapier and another weapon.
You could use a rapier and a dagger together.
Mm-mm. Rapier is not a light weapon. It's finesse.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You have to have the feet in order to do it.
You really need a second dagger, man.
I need a second magical dagger.
Oh, now it has to be magic.
It does. Against gargoyles?
Because- okay.
Hell yeah.
So selfish.
Yeah, that's my turn. So, yeah.
I think I've already moved on.
Okay. Good to know.
Woo!
Were those made
Octavia.
with advantage?
What?
The first one was made with advantage. The second one I just rolled twice.
Oh, I forgot. I had advantage with that attack anyway because of that crit that I got. Oh well.
Okay. I'm going to target this guy. I'm going to try this again to hope for better results. Fingers crossed, guys. And it has advantage because I am thinking.
It's a miss.
Damn it.
Uh,
Those days.
Finesse still uses a spell slot, correct?
Yep.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh. I feel defeated. That's what I got because I don't got a bonus. Kill him.
I think you feel defeated because you have been.
So mean. So mean.
You guys are trying to kill all my gargoyles.
Sorry, Ben.
They
I
don't
came
want
up here
you
trying to negotiate with them, and Xavier just started attacking him like a crazy.
Come on, Xavier.
I wonder why they threw him off their roof.
That's why the real reason why you ran straight up to him. Hey, let's talk. Oh man, sorry, he just hit really fast.
Catch that. Auto partially resists. Oh,
and healing, right?
yeah. All right.
Airman.
Aravan still being within the proximity of these two. Moses once again going to just thrust his sword down in the ground in a burst of energy around himself.
Sorry.
He kept messing with his sword, so it's kind of what he's got.
We gotta get to level 10 so I can get 2 attacks so I can actually help you.
And that will be my
10's a long way.
It is a long way away.
Aravan's turn.
I wish there was a
Just cry out in frustration.
Get a feat
Numa.
attack.
That would be overpowered for defeat.
I know.
I mean, there is. Just get that 2-weapon fighting feat.
I can still pull out another dagger right now, but then I can't run away.
Numa.
Chip be mean.
Sorry, I'm here. I know. It took me like 3 screens to get back. Anyway, sorry. So I think I felt a tap on my shoulder saying there's a gargoyle behind me.
Yep.
What is the logistics of this staircase? Do I go counterclockwise to get to this guy, clockwise to get to this guy, or
He's floating above Caden's head. You'd have to go like on the platform and around to your right or around to the left to get to him.
so I'm gonna try these slippers out.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to go around here and climb that wall and start ninja-maticking the gargoyle.
Go for it.
I could just see Numa and Grandma's slippers walking up the wall.
Right? Yeah.
Finds out they're just ordinary.
They're just ordinary slippers. And he falls down.
The next town,
He
I'm going to
could
put
do
some
it all
bunny
the
rabbit
time.
ears. So what happens when I start trying to climb this wall with these slippers on?
It's just like walking on the floor. You notice no difference.
You got like anti-gravity at the moment.
Awesome.
Just don't kick him.
And stick to him and then fly away.
No jump kicks.
No jump kick.
Yeah, of course. I got that. All right. So we'll try to. Oh.
Should attack from the wall more
You
often.
should, theoretically target him.
Oh, sugar. They got him now?
It probably means you have to reroll your damage.
It sure has to reroll his attack.
Ah.
That's fine.
That's all right. Hey, better damage. We'll take it.
Hey,
Oh,
Kemet.
Oh.
punch him. Hey, it's like a roller coaster with Numa.
Hey!
Hey.
And then you're just disappointed at the end because you waited 2 hours for that.
Caden,
At least you're hitting.
not since you guys killed most of the guys in the castle. Now the rounds will take 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Sure.
That was pretty bad. It was like, okay, I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I'll be back.
Hey, you guys were the ones that decided to challenge the entire castle at once.
Not my idea, but we'll go.
It was.
Did it to yourselves.
I mean, it worked.
So point blank, I think the only real spell that Caden's got, other than magic missile for point blank range, like the acid splash. He's going to try to conjure a bubble of acid. But
Or not.
not a success. Not going to do nothing. So he's going to look up to Numa
He's
and be
trying
like,
to avoid hitting Numa with this bubble, and it's like throwing him off that Numa's now standing at a 90-degree angle to him.
yeah, gonna look up at Numa and just give him a wink of encouragement, like let him know that he's been doing a good job so far. Keep up the good work.
Wink.
Numa with the dodges. Oh, Numa.
Numa is just... Numa's showing you guys how it's done.
He's walking
Yes,
on
right.
the wall.
I can even do this sideways.
Xavier.
All right, same tactic. Move to there. Stab the dude. Still flanking with Aravan, correct?
I don't know, if you keep moving back and forth, it may not.
All right. What do you think?
Yes, you're flanking.
They're immune to
Oh, leave it
chance
19.
I mean, we can downgrade it to not a hit if you want.
Nice.
All right, and then this time, I can't pull a Numa and climb on the wall, but I will get right next to Aravan, just to provide moral support. And yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
Did I say Numa? I meant Aravan.
So
Hey, look
just
at
like
that, Numa.
Yeah, you guys look like ears.
Do
pointy
what?
Ears.
Look at you go.
What am I doing? Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. What am I doing?
No, you're doing fine.
That's it.
I'm saying good job. Keep going.
Oh, but is that the effect I need to put in there? Stuns until next round? I mean, or is there something special with the code language?
I'm sure there's something.
Semicolon.
There's- If they send you the link to that webpage, it probably will have like
It's in Skype.
that technically the language is like stunned or something, you know.
Okay.
Now you've disappeared.
Have I?
It's hiding.
So
Let's see. If I apply stun to chip,
grant
let's say.
advantage attack, I think is the code you have to put in the effect.
Yeah, it says effects stunned.
Okay.
Well, hey,
So I think if you just put stunned and it lasts 1 round, that's probably
Duration.
duration. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm barely going to have to reconnect, so.
No.
It's okay. It's Octavia's turn, and she's running away.
I've
And
apparently,
stun Chip's internet connection.
yeah, apparently stunned.
I'm running there
really
to
the
get a
guy.
better view,
Dark magic.
and then I'm going to try this. Ha!
Wah, wah.
The gargoyle saves.
What?
It
Oh,
rolled-
it's a success. I thought that meant I was just. Ugh! I hate that word.
You guys.
Ah,
You hate the word?
don't worry. I will endeavor to make sure you see success as rarely as possible.
I took it as I was successful in that, and I'm like, yes, I got this. And
Doesn't even say what you were trying to do.
No, it's the person who's rolling the save. They're successful.
I want them to be. I want to be successful in attacking them.
You want them to fail their
Got it.
save.
Yes.
Are you
You
done?
can always aim for Xavier
I'm
while he's
done.
not.
I love that cat.
Oh, my. Yeah. I didn't even know what you were talking about. I love that cat. I'm like, it's just, I'm totally
Here, man.
numb to it.
All right,
I
Airman
have not like
is
Only when
going
it's
to draw his palm across his blade and burst forth with green flame as he does so, and make a melee attack at this last gargoyle over on this side of the tower.
Sweet.
Wait, is that gonna bounce to me?
I hope so.
It's gonna have
That would be
fire.
so
Damn it,
fun.
Airman!
That's what you get for running up to
You
him.
chose to be here.
I just
Gargoyle. So it gets the longsword damage.
Oh, you killed it. Wait, does the fire bounce to
plus
me?
The green flame damage.
Let me specifically read what the language says.
Does it say a creature
All right.
within 5 feet?
On a hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects, and green fire leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice
Of your choice. You can
that
choose.
you can
to-
see within 5 feet.
This is
I
payback
will
for
say
taking.
Aravan is going to take that bounce back of fire.
You don't have to choose yourself. You can choose a target. You don't have.
Aravan-
I'll
Aravan's
leave this
a
up to the
hero.
DM as far as like it bounces to a creature of your choice, meaning it has to bounce. Or
It says
Can
it
you
leaps
choose for it
from the
not to?
target to a different creature
Oh,
of your choice.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm
Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
gonna say
you
it
take
bounces. If there's somebody within 5 feet, it bounces.
all right. Here's the bounce damage.
Well, okay, hang on a second.
Go ahead.
Okay, the bounce damage doesn't get a roll. It's just your modifier.
Not when you level up. It gets more damage at level 5,
yeah,
But you're a level 1 sorcerer.
but level 5 overall.
yeah. Cantrips are based on your
Cantrips.
character level, not class level.
We're sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But if it helps, I did max damage to myself.
Yeah, but see, I'm thinking, I can't imagine they would put a cantrip in that would deal damage to yourself.
But I think normally it's meant to be like
A multi-enemy attack.
Two,
multiple
yeah,
enemies.
two targets anywhere else.
I don't think you get the +2 on there, right?
it's only the bounce that gets your modifier damage too. The original fire from the original attack gets the attack from your blades damage as well as the 1d8 fire. It's the bounce that gets
A
at
D8
fifth
plus
level
your modifier.
1d8 plus your spellcasting.
Oh, nice.
modifier.
Wow, good job, Aravan.
Actually, 2d8. Should be at 5.
Oops. Aravan, watch.
No,
Number 8.
1d8 plus your spellcasting. Okay, fifth level.
Woohoo.
Okay, well, yeah. Since you decided to use it, it leaps back to you.
That's the way I'll do it. Keep myself fair.
Anything else?
And I will make my way back towards the staircase. I guess kind of round over here, still at the top of the stairs, or like on the ground level in case the thing tries to fly this way to its seat.
Right. You're now like 6.5 feet above the stairs.
All right. That'll be my turn.
Numa, standing on the wall at 90 degrees or anything
Oh,
else.
sugar. Yeah, hang on. Let me.
From the window
Okay.
to the wall.
I'm not in the fantasy grounds. Hang on. Got distracted. Sorry.
That will
Just been
explain
doing
some
all
things.
of this thus far with theater of the mind. It's really good.
Yeah, this is.
Especially cool how he's been adding spells to his spell list in game. Just with the
Yeah,
power
I'm
of his
not
mind.
connecting really well. So, can you just hit him for me with my sword? Maybe?
Yeah, you tell me what you want to do. I can attack him.
Yeah, attack him. Elvish sword.
And then a punch.
It's not.
Okay, well
Sword.
here comes the first attack.
Because it's not letting me.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
Nice damage.
Second attack, I assume you want to.
Same, yeah, sword again.
Oh,
Then
that was
bonus
gonna
action
miss.
punch.
And bonus
Bonus
action.
action punch.
hey.
That's going to hit.
Woo! Wow, look at that
This
punching
gargoyle,
damage.
like, you basically just broke this gargoyle's face.
I like
With
it.
your fist.
Yeah, you focus on your training and calling upon the knowledge of the Stone Fist Monastery. You harden your fist
It's appropriate.
to much more than the hardness of the gargoyle you're about to punch. And then you flatten his face with it.
Nice.
I like it.
Caden,
Going for another acid splash on this gargoyle.
this time the gargoyle does not manage to jump out of the way. And you dealt 5 damage to no one. Oh no, okay. It did
Should be
take
a gargoyle. Okay.
it. Did. Anything else you want?
That'll be his turn. I don't know if he has any bonus action spells.
No, I don't think he has any.
The gargoyle, even though he's dreadfully injured, still trying to make attacks at Numa. That
Oh,
one's going to hit.
critical. Numa's gonna.
So Numa, you take 7 points of damage, and you're incapacitated for 1 round.
Is this the guy I just punched in the face?
Yeah.
Oh,
He got
Yeah,
you
you
back.
broke his face, and he got mad about it.
I accept that.
And
He
let me
should
see.
be mad.
Yeah, if he wasn't mad, I would be surprised. So you're incapacitated for 1 round, and he's going to attack you again.
Numa's hanging limp on the wall.
And he misses with his next attack.
He's like Wallace in the wrong trousers.
Well, as I was incapacitated, I kind of swung with gravity, and
Yep.
he missed me because he thought, oh, well.
Your feet are firmly attached to the wall.
Right.
The rest of you is now hanging. You're basically like bent at the knees.
Right. This is going to be
Okay.
fun.
Xavier.
All right. So I would like to do a running 300 leap and try to stab this thing across the stairway.
Okay, go for it.
Can I make it from here and then kind of run across the center?
No.
Okay. So I'd have to run from next to Aravan.
Basically, you're going to be doing that number right there.
I would like to do that. And I will try to plunge my dagger into his chest.
Go for it. That's going to be a hit.
Is Caden within 5 feet of him? Because Numa isn't going to be threatening for sneak attack.
Yeah, no, I'll grant Caden is there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh! Ooh!
Ooh.
Ooh! Exceeded by 21!
Lord.
Holy shit!
That.
So I just run and just... right in the chest.
You 300 this
You did
guy.
it.
The dagger sticks. It's almost like those pirate movies. Like,
Yes!
you're
Down the
grabbing
sail.
the dagger, it's stuck in this thing's chest. And instead of, like, sliding down the thing's chest, slicing it open, it sticks,
Oh,
and
no.
it begins to fall.
Oh, so I'm holding on to a falling
And
staff.
so do you.
Worth it.
So, because of the extra weight of this gargoyle,
I would like to
make
have the
me
damage.
a acrobatics check.
I would like to...
DC 15.
Yep. Acrobatics. I'm going to uncanny dodge to, like, roll out of the way. 18.
Or just pass your save.
I got that, too.
So, you managed, like, your momentum carries you so that you land more on top of it than it lands on top of you.
Oh, good.
And you're only going to take 2d6 of falling / bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And can I uncanny dodge that?
No, you just take it.
Because it's not a
Yeah,
melee
this is an attack.
attack. You sure? Sure it's
Yeah,
not
you
trying
can't
to attack me
uncanny
as a last
dodge
ditch
forward.
effort? I'll get you back.
I only uncanny dodge the earth.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Even though
defy
you
gravity.
think that, like, if you were riding an elevator, and it, like,
Oh, you jump up? Yeah.
that you would
still
jump and it wouldn't hurt so much. No.
fall. Okay.
That's effectively what you try to do.
Yeah, yeah. I try to roll away, and like the arm lands on me, and so I still get hurt.
And you end up
Take
right
I didn't actually.
there rolling back down the stairs.
I don't think the damage actually applied to me.
It's about to.
Okay. Ouch. That's 2d6. That's average. I'll take it. So I figure I come like rolling halfway down the stairs.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to, like, roll and roll and roll,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
you stop about there down the stairs.
We look over and he's just like gone, like just
Yep,
right
just-
down the staircase.
Oh no, I'm totally a shadow. You guys didn't see that. I'm hiding underneath the stairway because I don't want anybody to see me.
But you have successfully cleared the roof of its protectors.
Whee!
So I will come back up the stairs, kind of dusting myself off, getting all the concrete off of me, and saying, now that that's done, what are we doing?
I would like to look at this big old mechanism thingamajig we got here.
I'd like to look for crates hidden.
And I'm sure Caden would also
drawers.
like to inspect it.
Looking for
Uh,
desk
yeah,
drawers
let's
and
look at
stuff.
this.
Araban's going to start casting as a ritual detect magic, just for his own sake to see if there's anything up here while Caden is performing any roles that you would normally perform, like investigation or history or whatever you
So-
might ask him to do to compare the
Any-
notes that he was reading.
Anyone who is proficient in Arcana can make an Arcana check.
Nope.
Nope. But would I have
Nope.
read of anything like this in any book? Maybe, perhaps.
You've heard of things that can grant you sight at a distance. You know that astrologers, astronomers, really more astrologers, have tried to come up with devices that let them better read the stars. What you guys, as you start looking at it, what you see is a large contraption that looks to to not to your characters, but to you, it would look like a telescope.
Aha.
But all they see is just this large, device that has this kind of tube, and it's got some sort of like crystal type thing at the end. It seems to be able to be repositioned.
How big is that crystal?
How big is it?
It's probably about 3 or 4 inches in diameter.
Don't touch it.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, if we're leaving
would
this
I
place, it could be
know
worth
that
some money
there's
on the
an
market.
eyepiece to look through? If I understand that much, can I try and look
I
through
haven't
it?
seen you roll anything yet, so
I didn't know what you wanted me to, like, history for reading about it or investigation for looking at it. I didn't know which one you wanted me to read.
you
Or
pick.
roll.
I'm looking around the room for desks, crates, chests.
As you look around the room for any of that kind of stuff, you really don't see a whole lot up here. Seems like they've kept this kind of clear, and it's really just kind of a platform with this device on it.
Cool.
I mean, it is exposed to the weather, so it's not like there's a whole lot of thing or a whole lot of stuff out there with it.
Mhm.
So, what you see, Octavia, as you look, it's like you think you've read about things like this. You've even seen some rough sketches of more like a handheld version of something like this, and you're pretty sure it's for looking through. And as you look at it, you think you spot where you might conveniently look into it to see out of it, maybe.
I would like to try and do that.
Okay. As you step up to it, you look, and all you really get is just kind of a blurry image. But it doesn't seem to be a blurry image of the sky.
Seem to be a blurry image of.
Can I?
You don't know. It's blurry, but it's not clouds. It's not blue. It looks more like, it's kind of a dingy gray, black. Like there's some clumps of darker stuff.
Are there any knobs to turn that I can try turning to maybe clear the image up if I understand that much about it?
There are many knobs. You're not sure you understand how you use them, but you could try to make me an Arcana check.
Oh, jeez.
Or a sleight of hand check to see if you've got the nimble fingers to adjust it.
Let's try sleight of hand. I have nimble fingers, kinda.
The image clears a little bit.
I did
You're
something. Oh, something happened.
Like you keep playing with it for a second, but it just seems like it's just not quite coming to you.
Numa's going to walk up the tube to the other end.
Using his spider
It's-
shoes?
It's not big enough to walk on.
Oh, okay.
You had that book about this mechanism thingy. Can I look at the book?
Who?
Someone had a book.
Pulls out.
I had an
the notes for-
Elvis history book.
No, it's about this machine you guys have. A book on it. If I can just look at it, I might get a better idea as to how to...
So Caden, at this point, is probably going to step up and offer to also take a look at it.
I figured with Caden's natural one.
He's never seen anything like this, and he's not really getting a reading off of it exactly. It's like he assumes it has something to do with the astrology, just because that seems to be what was going on here.
Right.
But that's pretty much all he gets out of it.
Right. All right.
If I say it wasn't looking at the sky, it was looking at something else, could he do another roll? Maybe think differently outside the box?
Sure, you could try.
Just another
DC will be
Arcana.
higher.
I see
Or, like,
Octavia
intelligence.
messing with the dials, and I'll offer my
Arcana.
assistance. Octavia, do you need some assistance dialing those spinning mobobs?
I'm not quite sure. I was able to look through this little circular thing and I saw blob. And then when I turned this thing, the blob became less blobbish. So I think that was doing something.
All right. I'd like to cast Mage Hand and then have my Mage Hand twisting things.
First,
After that.
Caden has stepped up and he's looking at it and thinking it over, and he kind of looks at the same place where Octavia had been looking, and he sees like a kind of like a. You've seen like the frosted glass they use in like showers and things, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, he sees through something kind of like that, but what he sees on the other side is kind of a more regular shape. It's kind of almost rectangular. It's more like brown, and it's got some like red to it. And he thinks he sees like something moving across it. So like,
Looks to be something moving across it.
Across the machine?
So I'm going to go and assist with the dials, and I'll say, Numa, apparently this is some sort of looking device. Can you see if there's dirt or something on the other side?
Sure. Is there a way I can climb?
Is
the
there
thing's
a
only
way
about
you
4
can
feet
climb?
or 5 feet tall. I think of like
Oh.
a small backyard telescope.
That's the mechanism. We're so.
It looks a lot bigger in the picture.
Yeah, I thought like
They've got like an arrangement around it, but the mechanism itself. I mean, think of like it's a fancy backyard telescope.
It's ahead of its time.
It's a hobbyist telescope.
Yeah, this is one of those like it probably cost you like $2,000 to buy it. You can really see some good stuff, but it's not.
I noticed Octavia looking through one end. I'll go and look at the other end and see.
Can you see my eyeball?
Make an investigation check.
Yes.
Looks
What
clean.
end? Which end? Which end is which? Oh my gosh.
It looks fairly
The thing you
clean,
saw moving across, was it Numa?
and Caden looks up and he sees that Numa's standing like staring into the other end, and he looks back down and he's like, the image didn't change.
Oh. I would like to use my mage hand as well as my own two hands, if there's multiple dials, to be spinning these dials until we get a better image.
Okay, maybe a sleight of hand check.
Do you need two, just one
Like
for me, or...
someone trying to break into a safe.
Oh,
You know how
right
they
there.
slowly click it? Ooh.
Did you
Okay.
just stun yourself?
Yeah, I'm stunning.
I don't know if the hand would give me advantage on that or not.
It wouldn't.
Okay.
But you're able to dial, like, not staring at it. You're kind of having to communicate in cadence, saying, "Okay, it's getting clear." Nope, it's not getting clear.
Yeah, like
So
a
you're-
optometrist. One
You're experimenting.
or two? One or
Yeah,
two?
one or two. Two or
Better,
three.
worse.
2 or 3.
Better, worse.
Wow, I didn't mean to do that one.
You're doing that for a few minutes, and as the image starts to sort of clear up, Caden's like, something about this seems familiar. What is this? He like pulls Octavia aside, and they start like chatting. And I will give you guys one more Arcana check to see if you can figure it out.
I don't
Oh,
suppose...
God.
No, I can't help it.
Okay, come
I'm not
on,
trained in
Arcana check.
Hey,
Hey!
Caden was going to make the Arcana check since.
Oh.
26! There it is!
Yeah, let's go with Caden.
And finally, it kind of clicks. He goes, "I've read about this." Oh, and he goes over and he's looking through it again, and he tells Xavier, "Okay, turn that knob this way, and that one to counterclockwise, and oh," and he reaches down and he like moves another gear as he starts to kind of understand how it's working.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're
And-
on oiled machine right now.
And as the image clears up, what he sees is like a bird's eye view of the roadhouse.
Oh man, they were using this to watch their
That's
shipments,
awesome.
weren't they? Do we see Bog?
It's too high for any of you guys to notice anyone that you would recognize. But all of you realize that the roadhouse is like 15, maybe 20 miles through the swamp.
And this thing
And
was
it's-
looking right at it.
And it's on the ground. And Caden says, "Come look." He like steps back and Octavia steps up to look at it. And Octavia, as you look in, what you see is again a blurred image of like with these clumps of dark and some lighter kind of greenish color, and then like a few patches of something that looks kind of like a yellowish sort of color.
I don't know what you're looking at, Caden. It's blobby blur color.
It's clearly the roadhouse.
It's what
It's okay.
roadhouse did you go to?
And Caden looks back down at it and he sees the roadhouse clear as day.
Can I take a look?
Look, that's Silver right there. Your horse.
I'm gonna look again. As soon as she says silver, I'm like, wait, let me try one more time.
And
Good job.
actually, this time as you look into it, with the thought of silver in your mind, you see not so much the roadhouse as the stables. And you see Silver being brought out of the stables and getting hooked up to a cart.
Oh, poor
You done
silver.
lost your horse.
Left it, not lost.
Octavia, do you mind if I take a look?
I feel bad. Okay, I suppose so. Poor Silver. He should have came with us through the tunnels.
So I would like to take a look, thinking of that half dragon, the black half dragon.
And as you look down into the device, what you see is just a couple of points of light up in the sky.
Okay. Does it look
Did
like
you see
like
Silver?
starlight?
It does look like stars. It seems strange because it's daylight. I mean, it's getting towards evening, but it's almost like you can sort of see through that. Like well, no, it'd be too soon. Okay, so no, you see some stars.
I don't believe this is a trivial apparatus, everyone. Numa, try thinking of something that you really want to see and then look inside the eyeglass.
Numa forms an image of Leosin.
And when you look through, what you see is stars.
Ooh. I see. Now, I look up to the sky. Are there stars in the sky now? Are we at nighttime?
No, it's afternoon.
Okay, so that's very confusing.
Yeah, I know.
So Numa looks up at the sky, then back at the telescope, up at the sky, back at the telescope. And
Numa, are you right?
I see stars when I see this, when I look in this glass.
Are you feeling dizzy?
What were you thinking of when you looked in the glass?
Leosin.
I was thinking of that black half-dragon that got away from us. And I got a dark sky with lights in it, what I assume to be stars.
As I did. So did I.
I think this tells us the general location of whatever we're thinking.
So, Caravan, why don't you give it a gander and see if you see the roadhouse or the stars? Because apparently it's either one or the other.
Think of something that wouldn't be out in the open, that would be different than stars or the roadhouse.
Well, the ocean wouldn't be stars.
Just to see if it comes back with a different vision.
And Aravan's going to step forward up to this eyepiece and be thinking about his family's estate in Waterdeep.
As you look into the device, you also see stars.
I do not see the roadhouse, but what look to be stars of some sort.
As you mention that you don't see the roadhouse, the image blurs and it shifts, and you see the roadhouse.
Wait, there it is. Just as Caden described it.
Do you see silver?
Your horse looks to be getting hooked up to that cart.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really tell whether it's silver or not. You see a horse, but again, you're kind of up at the.
Silver.
I can't see silver for sure. Still
But-
quite far away.
As you start to think of silver, the vision kind of zooms in.
Oh God! Yes, that's silver.
Yes. It's still there. Okay, I wasn't imagining it. That's good. This is a very confusing device.
Irvan, do you mind if I have another look?
Very well. I'll finish my ritual.
I'll
You have to start over now.
All right.
I'll clear my mind of all thoughts except for my brother. Because I never found his body, so I don't know if he's alive or not.
Okay.
So I want to focus in on him.
First. Oh, never mind. As you look, you again see the same stars you saw before.
The roadhouse.
No.
Say the name of the Carnath Roadhouse aloud.
Alright. The roadhouse.
And as you start to kind of picture it in your mind, as you say it, the image blurs, and you see like you're floating hundreds of feet above it, the roadhouse.
Alright, I'm going to test whether it's in my mind or out loud, and I'm going to say, show me Numa.
Are you thinking about Numa, or are you trying to keep the what you say and what you think separate?
I'm going to keep it separate, just to test the theory, to see if it brings me right over the tower.
Okay, so what are you focusing your mind on, and what are you saying?
I was last looking at the roadhouse, thinking of the roadhouse, so I'm going to keep thinking of the roadhouse and just say Numa. Numa Ata.
And the image doesn't shift.
That's based on what you're focusing your mind. Well, Does anybody have clairvoyance enough to see where these cultists are going?
Can I try and look through it real
As you
quick?
say, cultists. Which the once again the image blurs and shifts, and again, kind of from a bird's eye view, you see a lone figure like wading through the swamp. They look tired and ragged, and as you're seeing it, you see the figure like freeze and look up at the sky in terror and go running for the nearest clump of trees. What do you do?
I immediately jump back and this is just my wild imagination going, but I'll say at the thought of the cultist, I think I saw the one that Erevan left. Let run. I saw a lone figure running through the swamp, and then it dove. It looked at the sky, like it knew I was looking at it.
It didn't. You didn't see it look up at you.
Just look at the sky.
You saw it look up at the sky.
Okay. But it looked up at the sky. I'm kind of afraid that dragon might be in the area. We probably should get out of this tower.
May I take a gander?
Please.
So hearing that everyone's kind of been saying what they're looking for, I'm going to say, first I want to see how well this works, and I want to try and see if I can see, the only name I can remember by is Snapdragon.
Snapjaw?
Snapshot.
Snapjaw. Like, what's his real name?
Snapdragon's showing nothing. Nothing.
Why isn't it working?
I just want to. I'm going to give myself credit here. I'm going to brag a little bit. So, as you look into the Farseer and you focus on Snapjaw in your mind, the image that you'd been seeing of this kind of blurry, clumped area begins to come into focus, and you see a few huts like the ones out in the courtyard, but this time back in the swamp, and you see Snapjaw in the middle of a gathering of other lizard men. You seem to have found his home.
Okay.
I wonder if you had to provide specifics. A name. Think of a name.
So I would then like to try and
I'm just going to say, in my head, I had her thinking about Snapjaw, just not very clearly.
Oh! Yes. And then as soon as she got the name right.
Yeah, she was thinking Snapdragon. That's why.
I wasn't so clear for you. I just had the name wrong. And then after I see that he's okay, I want to, because he said there might be a dragon in the air, I would like to see if I can see a dragon
A black
in
dragon?
the swamp area. Black,
Okay.
black dragon, because they said that he was like the king of this, so I'm looking for a black dragon.
As you think of a black dragon, the image isn't quite as clear, but you see a large form circling a clump of trees, and it slowly settles into the swamp. And you can see it almost, you don't hear anything, but you see it kind of staring, almost like it's waiting or possibly even talking to something in this clump of trees. And
Hmm.
as you're sitting there,
Of course.
you see, or as you continue to watch, you see a small human figure come very, very slowly out of those trees. And it looks like it's groveling in front of this dragon.
I'm watching. I'm watching. I want to see what happens. I want to know if the dragon eats him. I'm like holding my
Okay.
finger up to everyone else and like just staring
Like,
through this thing. Like you guys can wait.
She doesn't recognize
Oh,
the figure
popcorn.
groveling.
She's not. She's focusing on the dragon. So
The figure's like out of focus.
yeah. And I mean, even the dragon's out of focus. It's you can see that there is a dragon, and it is a black dragon.
Oh.
But the head is sitting up here, and finally the human figure kind of like looks. It just seems to almost stop moving, and then you see it trying to scramble away, like on all fours, just trying to like get away as fast as it can, and the head just comes down. And you see the dragon like knock its head back and just start to takes like a couple of big bites and then just swallows.
I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna look away. Ah, ah.
What?
Yes.
What'd you see?
Well, first there was a celebration. And it was really good. Snapdragon's alive. They're happy. And then you mentioned the dragon, so I figured I'd look for a dragon. And there was a dragon, and it ate someone. It ate someone in a clump of trees.
We need to leave
And
now.
I couldn't watch anymore, and I think it's time to go because it was very scary. It was scary. Let's go. I'm done here. I don't want to see any more dragons eating people in blurs.
He couldn't be more than a handful of miles away.
Who is he?
If that's the cultist that we let go, he can't be too far.
How do you know it was a cultist?
You said you spotted the cultist running through the swamp.
Yes. Clump of trees?
There's a dragon.
Uh-huh.
I was just looking for a dragon.
And
I don't know if
you
you
know that
cultist. It was very fuzzy.
it has been 2 long rests since you let that cultist go.
Yeah.
So it's been the better part of a day.
Still, not far for a dragon to fly.
I mean, Snapdragon did say that we shouldn't stay here long because the black dragon wouldn't like it.
If you're ready for our underground adventure,
Is this thing big enough to like pick up and take?
It looks unwieldy, but you think you might be able to take it.
Bag
Do you
of
have
holding?
the holding?
It would be very awkward to fit into the bag of holding.
Oh, we can't carry
And-
out this.
And also, is anyone still looking into the thing, or are you just all standing around
No,
talking about it?
I'm
snapped
gonna
back
ask
out where I saw the
Aravan.
dragon eat it.
I looked for that black half dragon.
Well, if you guys step away, Caden's going to step up to
Okay.
it and start
Okay.
looking into it.
Who? What? Do you know the name of that black half dragon?
let me search my mind for a moment.
I didn't write it down.
Resmir.
Resmir, yes. Garbed in the purple robes.
Is that with a B or a D?
R.
Ah,
Oh, Resmir. Resmir.
is that the cultist you saw before the dragon?
No, I
didn't-
just assume that if you have a name, you can focus better.
And as Caden is staring into this thing, he looks back at you guys and says, "This dragon, it's moving away from the castle."
Okay.
How can you tell?
It's complicated, but it involves trigonometry.
I can see the sun and
We'll
it's
take your
moving
word for it.
away from it.
The triangles have to do with anything.
past a road marker that said the large stone hut this way, so many miles.
It seems as though this device allows you to see wherever your mind is focused. And, well, I tried to focus on where the dragon was, and then I focused on the clump of trees. And then I noted the position of the sun, and then I thought of the castle, and I looked for the similar alignment of the sun, and I went back to that clump of trees. And
I take your word for it, Caden.
Caden, can you use that same theory to track this Rezmir? Possibly. All I saw were stars.
He's quiet for a second. He says, no, when I try to focus my mind on Rezmir, all I see is the stars as well.
Is it a certain constellation you see?
I cannot tell.
I wonder if it has something to do with planes of existence. It might not be able to travel to another plane, or see into another plane.
Perhaps it can show you what you don't already know. We've been to the roadhouse. Once we focused upon that, we had no problem seeing it.
Never seen that dragon before, though.
We were all informed of that dragon by snapshot.
True.
The danger it posed,
Yeah, but we know of Rezmir and we can't find Rezmir.
because we do not know where Rezmir is.
But we didn't know where the black dragon was either.
We were more
The
aware.
cultist.
Or the cultist.
Fair enough.
I say we go down to the caverns. I don't want to be up here with a black dragon in the swamp.
It's going away.
As I said, it was moving away from the castle.
We have no reason
I'm
this
to
not
might
sure
be
I want-
something.
This device, it
There's
could show us so much. I mean,
so
I'm
much.
sure we don't know what all it can or can't do yet, but look at what we've learned so far. We know there is a black dragon in the swamp.
Is anyone looking in the device right now?
Not at the moment, no. Caden is now
Alright.
arguing why you guys should continue to play with it.
I
While
stay with
Xavier is talking with Aravan, Aravan's going to place a palm against Xavier and Numa and release a surge of holy energy to both of them,
Oh, thank
dealing
you.
about 5 minutes.
Thank you, Aravan.
And as you do that, Xavier, you feel a renewal of... You don't feel that kind of faint lethargy that you were feeling before.
Huh.
Your hit point maximum has recovered.
Odd. This... I feel rejuvenated.
Of course you do. You're welcome.
No, I felt like I wasn't at 100%, even after you cured me of that disease. I wonder if magical healing is what did it.
Perhaps you can take a moment and say thanks to the Lady Corellian when you have a time for it.
I give a brief nod. And yes, Lady Corellia. Since we're looking at dragons,
I am trying to look for the boxes of loot that they've been transporting.
Okay.
Trying to get a good image on those crates and everything.
they still have
like
that
in my
gem.
mind, imagining from where they're going, from
They've got that emerald.
Waterdeep to the Roadhouse to here, and now I'm trying to see from here where they go. In my mind.
Okay. So are you thinking... Describe to me as much in detail as you can of what you're thinking.
So my thoughts, I'm going to try and help this thing out a little bit. I'm not really sure how it works. So I'm just going to imagine like kind of our travels.
Mm-hmm.
So like they started, oh my God, leave the bone alone, please. They
That's what you're
started-
thinking?
Yeah, drop the phone. Everyone lives. They started in that hut place where we rescued Numa, and we found all of the loot, and so then we kind of tracked them along this path, and we end up in Water Deep, and we kind of know that they had a storage place there. Then we
Okay,
kind
so
of
as you're thinking, as you're thinking through these different stages of your journey, and you're looking through the device, all you see is stars.
even like throughout the whole journey.
So where you've described so far.
Okay, and so then I'm going to imagine getting to the roadhouse and tunnels.
Okay.
under the roadhouse.
Basically, like as you're imagining the road you traveled from Waterdeep to the Roadhouse, you hit a certain point and then you see the road.
Road.
And
Looks like the familiar road we traveled on.
like the vision is sweeping very quickly along the road. So it's basically moving almost as fast as you're thinking about where you've been. It hits a few places that were of note when you were on the road.
I remember
Where
that tree. It's gone.
Yeah, it's just and then it kind of zooms in on the roadhouse. You see the roadhouse.
And then underneath the roadhouse where we met Snapdragon carrying the box.
And it goes flying down, like
Oh,
seemingly has no problem passing through walls, straight into that holding chamber. And it's all dark. Can't really see anything.
Make it, through the tunnels and onto the path Snapdragon took us to here. And here where they showed us the room where they stashed the loot. And then from there, kind of get an idea as to where do these boxes go now.
Okay, and you continue flying this vision all the way into the hall where all the boxes were. And that's kind of where it stays. So, are you now thinking about the boxes themselves or the loot?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing it does is it just shifts its focus and kind of zooms in on one of the boxes full of, valuables, but not easily portable valuables that you guys had to leave behind. And it's just kind of focused in on that box.
Octavia, are you able to glimpse any sign of Asbar or Joss?
Asbar, just no, I'm looking at a box.
The wizard who was able to escape us.
Well, there's this box I'm looking at now, but I suppose I can focus on that name Asbar, Wizard Man.
So you actually have a bit of an image of what it looks like. As you start to try to focus on him, the image blurs again, and you're looking at stars.
No, but he's starry. He's just stars. But that box, I'd like to get back to that box.
And the image shifts again back to the box.
Is it like a peculiar box? Is it different than the other boxes, or it just happens to be the one that was left behind?
You're staring.
You cut out on me. I don't know if it's a special box.
We lost him.
I don't know if it's a special box or if I'm just imagining it.
Always go downstairs and look at the box that you're looking at currently. See what's in it.
Well, he said we had to leave it behind, so I think it's still in the road.
No,
Like,
it's
I feel
downstairs because you already did the swoop through the swamp into the castle.
Well, I will go and investigate that box downstairs to keep zooming in on that one. I'd like to look at it.
Lucas and Chip still here?
I'm
The
here.
only one? Okay. I was like, are we it?
We lost
No one else
Ben.
here. We might have lost Lucas
I
too.
lost
I'm right here.
There.
No, he's here. He just doesn't like my box stuff.
Yeah, I kind of lost interest in the box.
Box to be important.
It's super important. Without a DM. Anarchy! Anarchy!
Stuff. Well, my fantasy ground is on its third attempt to reconnect.
I think Ben lost internet.
Oh dear.
We lost the band.
He didn't want to tell me about the box. Probably Pandora's box. We open it and like this fucking dragon flies out. Like, oh god, that was bad, guys. Don't open that one.
I'll be like, thanks for letting me loose, guys. I was trapped in that box for 10,000 years.
I'm really hungry.
Have this one silver coin. Thanks, guys.
Guys are troopers. We could send him to kill the black dragon, though, so that could work. Oh, there goes fantasy grounds. Dun, dun,
Dun, dun.
dun. Well, we broke the internet, guys.
Yeah.
Took us a few years, but we finally did it.
Huh. Hey.
Sorry, my internet decided to die.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, it seems to be the theme of the night.
You just really didn't want
So-
to tell us what was in that box.
So what was the last thing you guys heard?
I'm staring at a
Tell
box.
her about this box again.
Right. So you're staring at a box, and the box has silks. It has like some embroidery. It's got like a tapestry. You know, they're all nice and somewhat valuable things, but they're just not very convenient for travel.
I can't think of anything where boxes like this would go afterwards. Just imagining cultists carrying boxes.
As you imagine cultists carrying boxes, it stays right there.
Well, guys, the box stays. It's not going anywhere.
And Caden kind of like pokes at you and says, "Here, let me try." And he starts looking at it and he says, "Well, seems as though." Let me see. Yes. It's, Erevan.
Yes.
Can you stand behind Xavier?
Hmm?
Caravan's gonna move behind Xavier.
And stand as far against the wall as you can. Xavier, if you'll stand in the middle of the tower.
Oh, God.
And
Oh,
He
we're doing
looks-
some kind of
okay.
occult shit.
now, Erevan, if you'll swap places with Xavier. Xavier, swap places with Erevan.
What?
There better be a point to all of this game.
Like they're running back and forth?
No, they're just swapping places.
Oh, you want me where... Can you just
Where-
move us where you want us? Because I have
No,
no idea what the hell you're saying.
All theater of the mind.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
I thought this was like a Pirates of the Caribbean moment where we're trying to tip the castle upside down. Oh, this side. Oh, no, this side.
So,
Okay.
he says, yes, I think I at least understand a little bit about the nature of the working here. if you think of a specific item, specific person, it finds or focuses on that person. If you think simply of, in this case, an elf, it seems to focus first on the closest elf to the device. That's why I had you two swap places. That I simply thought elf, and at first it focused on Xavier. After I had you move again, I thought elf. It focused on Erevan. So, Octavia, if you were focusing on boxes, I would imagine it found the closest box with treasure to you, and it focused there. What else did you try to think of?
Snapdragon, dragon.
No, just now when you were looking for the cultist with the treasure.
Oh, I thought of our entire adventure completely. It showed me the road, though, clearly, and then the tunnel. Traveled the entire road. It was very miraculous. It was like a high-speed endeavor. It was beautiful. There's a tree.
The entire road? All the way from Greenest?
No. Just a section after Waterdeep, if I remember Ben telling me right.
So somewhere between Waterdeep and the Roadhouse, then?
Yes.
Erevan's going to turn to Xavier and say to him, loud enough that the rest of the party can hear too. So does this mean that the closest cultist was the one that we let go? Meaning that half-dragon and the wizard are already much, much further.
It's just weird that
Yes.
they can't pick up them when we can specifically think of them.
Well, I think that has to do with the plane of existence.
And Caden says, Xavier, Erevan, I think you're right. And Xavier, you also have a point. I do not believe this device could look onto a different plane. It seems almost to be similar to a spell that I've read about. I've never been able to actually do it myself, but I have read of it. It's something called an arcane eye. It allows you to see at some distance, and it has the ability again to just kind of be wherever you want it to be. This one seems to have some additional properties, though, since it so easily moves about and it is able to focus in on an individual or there must be some kind of divination magic involved with this.
I know we looked for that dragon, and it was flying away. Do we want to
Yes.
know where its lair is, in case?
That's a very good idea.
I mean,
Well, if we just have dragon lair, it could take us to any dragon lair that's close.
no,
we would
if we
just have to
say a
assume it's
black
there.
dragon's lair, then it'll take us to the closest black dragon's lair. I mean, I do have a history with dragons' lairs, but I do know that if we can sneak in, we probably could find a hefty amount of coin and items.
Care to elaborate on this history?
It's a little sore, but my brother and I used to be dungeoneers for hire, and we were tasked, we were charged with clearing out an old castle that wound up being a red dragon's hoard. And we got in a bit of a scuffle, and the red dragon wasn't too happy about that, and he decimated my village.
Oh, that sounds...
Go right into the dragon's hoard and try to rob from it.
No, we were hired to clear the traps within the castle. It was dilapidated. Floors rotted out.
Curious.
Yeah. We did our charge. We cleared the castle. We left, only to find that the Red Dragon had been out pillaging our village. Decimated everything.
That's got to leave a sore spot.
Yes.
Possible, I prefer to avoid this Black Dragon's lair while we're as much as we can. Both for the sake of the lizard folk.
Oh no, it's disappeared.
It's just a thought. I mean, having information on where dragons' lairs are, maybe mark it on a map for later, would be helpful.
Or at least knowing where to avoid our hunt for cultists for the time being.
We know he owns the swamp, but we don't know specifically where he roosts.
Yes.
So, as you guys have been talking about this, Caden has continued to be looking into this device, and he says, I am following the dragon back to its lair. The device seems to have no trouble keeping up with the flight of a dragon. At least I assume he's traveling back to his lair. He could be going anywhere.
Is it far from here? Can you do your sun calculations?
Yes, this arcane magic trigonometry you spoke of earlier.
Some of that arcane math.
Well, the dragon has not reached it yet. Wherever it's going, it's still flying. And if you guys are content to wait, over the next 10 or so minutes, he continues to kind of talk about where, any particular landmarks that seem to have passed, that kind of stuff. And then he says, I see what must be a large cave. It's into the side of a hill here in the swamp. Yes, the dragon seems to be moving in that direction. And then he kind of recoils from the device and shakes his head and looks at it again. And he slowly turns around and looks at you and says, there are 2 black dragons there.
What?
Aravan's going to look back to Xavier and say, best we avoid it.
Yes, I don't think we can handle 2 black dragons.
I don't think we can handle 1 black dragon. That's terrible. Why are there 2 of them?
I don't know. It makes no sense. This is clearly an adult dragon.
An adult dragon?
Adult dragons, they're as prone to fight each other as anyone else. I've never heard of 2 dragons roosting or nesting in the same location.
Are they...
I do a
Perhaps a
history check
pair?
to see if I've heard of it.
Yeah, everybody can make me a history check if they want.
Certainly.
Xavier, did
Or a nature check.
dragon, did Snapjaw make any sort of mention of this?
He did not mention 2 dragons, if I remember correctly.
Maybe he didn't know there were 2. He's just never seen them at the same place, and they look the same. Not enough.
History... I don't suppose
Man, you
I
guys
can
are
do
kicking some butt.
I don't suppose I can do a nature or a survival.
Yeah, nature works too.
I could try nature, but it's not going to be any better.
Oh, fuck. Numa!
Numa, thank
Save
you!
us!
Numa, tell us about this dragon, please.
I have a good strong history of black dragons.
You may not know about black dragons in particular, but you certainly have heard many stories of dragons in general. And you know that, especially chromatic dragons, it would be unusual, but not unheard of, for metallic dragons to be seen, together. Given that they tend to be a much kinder race of creatures. But chromatic
Black dragons
dragons
are the kinder ones?
No, the metallic ones are the kinder ones. So your gold and your silver and your copper, those kind of dragons. But I'm trying to get to the black dragon entry real quick. That was a pretty good nature roll.
Yay, Noah.
Yeah.
If you had to describe black dragons, you would say that they are the most evil-tempered and vile of the chromatic dragons.
Oh, geez.
They loathe seeing the weak prosper and revel in the collapse of humanoid kingdoms. They typically make their homes in fetid swamps and crumbling ruins where kingdoms once stood. They are brutal and cruel. All chromatic dragons are evil, but black dragons stand apart for their sadistic nature. They strike at the weakest enemies first, trying to ensure a quick and brutal victory. Black dragons hate and fear other dragons.
Huh. That doesn't make much sense. Maybe they're brainwashed.
What? Why would the cultists have a base set up in the same swamp as 2 adult black dragons?
They are dragon dealers.
You also know that evil lizard folk venerate and serve black dragons, often raiding humanoid settlements for treasure and food to give as tribute.
Do we need to go kill this Snapjaw? They did say that they worship the black dragon.
Oh, geez.
So did the dragon that attacked the greenest? It was blue.
It was.
Yes.
Sounds like we may need to get a friendly dragon on our side.
Let's just get right on that, Numa. Let me go back to Waterdeep and yell in the streets.
let me check my Rolodex.
He's on holiday at the moment.
See if you can find any, maybe gold dragons, bronze dragons.
Gold dragons are very lovely.
Oh, really? I've never met one myself.
Just a personal opinion.
So what do we do with this information?
I'm not sure because it's not really corresponding with the information in front of us. So I'm very baffled. Very baffled.
Caden, do you know of any way we might be able to pack this device up to contain it into the bag of holding for a later date? As you said before, the information we might be able to obtain with it would prove vital, as it already has.
Indeed. But I mean, look at the thing. It clearly has been left here exposed to the elements for some time. Surprised it still works as well as it does. We can attempt to move it, but I worry we could damage it.
At the very least, it will no longer be within the hands of the cultists, should that happen.
Well, they would have the whole castle again.
Yeah, but they won't have this that tells them everything they need to know ever.
But why don't we just break it now and take it for parts?
Don't break it. This thing is precious. So
Do you not know how magical constructs work?
stay
No.
away from
Break
it.
it, the magic would be dissipated. Like that dagger of yours, if you ever broke the dagger, simply reforging it would not renew the magic. Whoever created this took great care in creating it. I'm sure there are many enchantments laid upon it. If we were to break it, all that work would go to naught.
Don't want to break it, Xavier. Just you don't touch it anymore.
You just lost
Out of
telescope
character,
images.
I know Octavia's gonna roll a 1 on pulling this thing out and break the fucking glass.
I'll probably be the one to break it.
But the rolls that we've had so far tonight.
I was
Yeah.
just saying that if we can't take it, we might as well destroy it so they can't be used against us. That's all I was
I'm
saying.
saying we might as well try to take it.
That's fine,
If we fail in the attempt to do so,
but
cultists will be deprived of it as well.
we should still hurry because we are on a mission and we're just kind of sitting here.
But we already discussed that wherever they've gotten, especially with the use of that portal, they are probably long away from us.
But where do
We
we
rush
go?
after them. We have no way of knowing that they're not walking into an ambush. We don't know where that thing goes. Only they do.
This is true, but where do we go from here? We have no information on a further path traveled except through that portal.
I think we must go through the portal, but I do not think it would hurt us to take a day or two, even a week, or excuse me, a 10-day. Here to recuperate, to rest, and to learn all that we can before we move on.
I mean, there is a vast library that I'm very interested in reading, but I'm also concerned staying here too long would be bad. For Snapdragon told us Blackjack don't like us staying here. Now that we know there's 2 of them, it's a little iffy.
Do we have any way of sending a long-range transmission? Transcript, even.
I don't believe so.
Messenger raven. A dove. Pigeon.
We killed our doves.
Of the spells that I know about,
Familiars can't go that far away from the caster.
Mm-mm.
I think they could.
No, they can go. You just can't communicate directly with them after 100 feet, but they can go as forever.
But the problem is, Caden's familiar is the cat.
Damn it,
Damn it,
Caden.
Caden. Kitty Caden.
All I'm saying is that we might want to send word back to that dude.
You can give the cat a note.
Leosin.
No, Untha. Your head of your order. To come and hold this castle.
Well, I mean, there's nothing really to hold here.
We
It's
hold the
falling
portal
apart.
to whatever plane. And there's black dragons in here, so it'd be nice to have some military might back us up.
Can make an attempt to contact Onthar and Leosin if you're willing to give up that dagger.
Which dagger?
The dagger you claimed downstairs. If these were indeed stolen goods from the town of Greenest,
This wasn't.
can you be sure?
Yes, as I pull my cloak over my dagger sheath.
I've shared the overhead map.
Mhm.
And so you guys know that the marker we use to track your guys' movement, that's now at the edge of the Mirror of Dead Men.
The 5-foot thing? Yeah.
Yeah, that was where the
Dragon.
roadhouse was.
Oh, the roadhouse. Okay.
So from the roadhouse to get back to the nearest settlement,
Ooh, that is a
Waterdeep.
long way.
it's 190 miles minimum.
Unless we went north.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to pass north through the swamps to Leolin, or Leolin, whatever. I mean, you could even make an attempt to cross the mountains,
To Red Large.
end up in Red Larch,
That's 100.
maybe Westbridge. Who knows?
And then we kind of get into a lot of shit every time we go to a town named Red Larch.
You've been to Red Larch?
Possibly Yartar?
In my dreams. It's never been good.
Anyway, we probably should send word somehow back to our superiors.
If you have a means, I'm all ears.
I have a means of writing a letter, but not of getting it to them.
Xavier, I don't think the post runs out here. I'm sorry. The only way we would be likely to get a message to anyone now would be to send one of our number with the message themselves.
Well, if you think it's necessary, I can go. I can move the fastest out of us.
We were given this mission, told to communicate when possible, but that they knew they were sending us into hazardous work, and they expected us to perform our duties. I do not believe our duties include sending one of our number back just to give them an update and say that we have been waiting here for what's the 2 months it would take to make the round trip. I think we can spare a few days. Do not believe that we can spare months.
Well, I'm just throwing ideas out there, so...
Well, you've heard my idea. I believe Octavia agrees with me.
So we
Spend
stay here for a week,
couple of
you stay
days.
as much as you
A
can, and...
couple days, maybe not an entire 10 days. I'd like to look into the library. There's definitely information in this castle that would be very beneficial to us.
Exactly. I think we spend at least a day or two. We scavenge as much information as we can gather. Search every book in that library. We've certainly explored as much of this castle as there is above ground.
I have this.
I would feel a great deal more comfortable if we could, at the very least, scout out the caverns below to identify any sort of portal for such device, so that we know where to keep guard should the cultists come back in greater number while we are resting here.
And, yeah, if Octavia has sending,
I mean, it's a 3rd level spell, so I have to wait until another long rest so I can switch what I have prepared. But yeah, I can get a word out, 25 words or less, to someone.
you could send it directly to Onthar. He'd hear it in his head.
Here you go. Damn it,
He's like, hey,
Octavia.
we're in the
Literally what
castle.
we've been
That's
asking
right.
about.
Alright.
Octavia's like, oh yeah, I just thought of this.
I was going through
so-
reading everything.
Caden and Octavia are going to be reading. Xavier
Library.
is going to go back into the hall with all the loot and put as much into the bag of holding over the next couple days, collecting everything.
Yeah, I've already given you guys all the collectible loot.
All right. I know
I
Aravan
don't-
suggested
You could
scoping out the caves. I'd be willing to do that with an escort.
Oh, jeez, you're going to get yourself killed.
All right, so
I mean, we've got a couple days, so I don't know what
Yeah.
Xavier would actually do for multiple days while he knows that he's got a mission to do. You know, like, he's just
We're gonna
sitting
take it a
in
day
a
at a
dilapidated
time.
castle with black dragons in the swamp.
I mean, it's up to you, but I would think that as a member of the Harpers, Xavier would be interested in all this potential knowledge, how it might be used best against the cult, and they made this a stronghold. They must have had a reason.
No, that's... I completely agree. The player brain doesn't work that well. I've exhausted all the things that I could think of.
That's because you guys haven't made any like investigation checks in the library
I
to try to see what all the
know.
books might tell you,
Well,
or
I can assist
continue
with that.
experimenting with the device.
Well, I guess I will just provide aid because I'm good at investigating things and turning knobs, apparently. So that's what I'll do over the next couple days. Is just assist wherever needed
All right.
and raid the kitchen because I'm hungry.
Oh yes, please.
Xavier
raid.
hungry, or is Lucas hungry?
No, Xavier is because we didn't really eat since we've come into the swamp. So
Xavier, what were those beasts that were out in the moat around this castle?
I did not stick around long enough to get a good look at them, but
Propagated.
You're willing to bet they would taste pretty good if you roasted them.
I mean, Aravan was thinking more along the lines of, if we're going to be spending some sort of extended period of time here, he's got to do something to get rid. He's got to get rid of these corpses before the undead.
oh, you were thinking of feeding them to the.
Yeah, so Aravan
Why
was
not
thinking
burn them?
about tossing cultists into the little.
That would spoil our fresh water, though.
We're not getting the fresh water out of the moat as is with monsters in it.
We are in a
And
muddy
with the,
marsh
besides, with
area.
the shit tower already leaking swamp water, it's not very clean water. If you want to drink it, be my
I'm just
guest.
saying that's gonna breed mosquitoes and plague, and should burn
You're
the
in a
place.
Tower
swamp.
literally full of shit.
Just don't want to see
Everyone's
dead bodies
concerned
floating in the
about
water. All right.
undead, like ghouls
Look,
specifically.
he was planning on going for a swim. He doesn't want dead bodies getting in his way.
I thought you were gonna hunt some crocodiles. That's what I thought.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought you were
Aravan's
gonna have
plans to
crocodile
feed
feast.
cultists to the crocogators or whatever.
So-
it's in
You're gonna make them giant crocodilators.
and then
Numa.
burying their lizard folk now.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Well, I thought we'd already investigated. Well, at least me and Octavia had briefly investigated the library. That's where I got the.
You specifically
Oh,
looked at some
history
books
book.
on Elven history.
Yes. So I'm trying to remember when last we talked to Leosin, didn't he give us a timeline of 2 10-day? Or was this like 2 10-day, like 4 10-day ago when he gave us that timeline?
Yeah, I'm perfectly honest. I didn't keep very good notes or any notes, and I don't remember that conversation.
I didn't. I chose specifically not to write down the notes that you guys had in the meeting with Harper's, so I couldn't tell you about that.
What I'm trying to remember, and it may have been before the episode where we started on the road up to Winterfell. Right, that was where we were headed,
You mean
right?
Waterdeep?
We haven't been to Winterfell yet.
So you guys haven't talked to Leosin since Elturel.
Right. So from Elturel, we were headed to Waters Deep.
To Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate, the like 3 months of game time, or 3 months of real life that
Okay.
it took us to get you guys to Waterdeep. That was
So
that was like
conversation
6
then
months
was
of game
along-
time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I was trying to remember is how often we needed to. I thought we were supposed to report back their movements, but of course things change. But I'll probably read about the Elvish history book, and then I'm also very interested in. Of course, that's my whole point is to investigate this dragon cult. So I don't have a problem doing some investigation for a couple of days. I really don't think it's going to take us more than a couple of days, but maybe I'm underestimating the amount of material here and overestimating my intelligence.
I'm guessing you're just overestimating your ability to roll well.
That too.
Okay. Well, I think that's as good a place to pause as any. I do have a homework assignment for you guys.
Oh,
2 homework assignments. Some of you 3.
Oh, geez.
Let me write them down.
So, first homework assignment. Now that you guys have found this website that has all the awesome, like, macros or language or whatever put into your character sheets for your abilities, if you'll start looking into that, so we can try to automate as much of this stuff as we can, that would be awesome.
Yep.
So that's more for your quality of life as much as mine. Second, if you guys, I'd love to see us actually communicate more during the week about some of this stuff. So if somebody will, start kind of putting together a list of the questions for the things you want to try to investigate over this couple of days in the castle, then I can try to pull some of that stuff together throughout the week instead of us trying to do it all during the one session.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, for those of you again who have not had much of your backgrounds exposed due to in the storyline yet, so Lucas, Amanda, again, be thinking about particular items from your backstory that you'd like to see incorporated. Like, I'm assuming Xavier, your brother, since you were looking for him in the spyglass.
Yep.
For Octavia, about the only thing I know that she wishes she had more of was ham. So perhaps
That is very accurate.
So perhaps if you would, try to think of either in your backstory or at least in, you selected a background in particular for a reason. How you'd like to see some of that come out. I've got ideas about how I could do one portion of your backstory, but that may not be the portion you want to explore.
Okay.
So it's not so much particular things. Like, I guess I'm not looking for, I want to have this particular story come out. I'm okay with that. But it's more like, like take Chip and Numa. Numa believes that he comes from a royal family. That's a lot for me to work with, to be like, okay, how can I weave in a story of whether he is or isn't royalty and what that means? I can work with that. Okay. And I know that's something he picked as he wanted that to be his backstory. So just that sort of thing. It can be that broad. If you want it to be more specific, that's fine too.
Okay.
And at some point, Octavia, you're going to have to, well, I don't think you have to, but maybe at some point you'll inform the rest of your party about what happened during your time in Waterdeep between you and Aravan.
Perhaps it comes up in conversation. Maybe I'll read something and it'll strike
It's literally
memory.
something that you would have to bring up into conversation.
You're the only person who would know how to bring it into the conversation.
Oh, maybe if I'm reading something, I'll be like, "Oh, this reminds me of a time back in Waterdeep." It's just like, how do you bring? That's a very odd conversation to start, to be honest, guys. By the way,
it would be very awkward to bring it up
is
to
wanted for
Aravan.
murder. Just so you guys
That's
know.
not the way to do it.
Or maybe it is.
Maybe it is. Maybe that's the kind of character that Octavia is.
It's like,
Hey,
guys, just want you to know.
came across this guard. He was really handsome and sweet, and Aravan's wanted for murder. So let's continue, shall we?
Very, very specifically, the murder of his mother.
Yes, that's important.
So, anyway,
That's an awkward conversation, guys.
there's your homework assignments.
Jeez Louise. How come I got 3 of them?
because you didn't do the last one.
I
No defense.
She's like, that's a totally legitimate point.
that's a very valid argument you have. Goodness.
So, any highlights from the evening? Any accolades? Any frustrations?
I thoroughly enjoyed getting to that device.
Telescope.
Slightly confused on it, but it's very badass.
Well, see, that's the fun part. 'Cause I know exactly how it's supposed to work. Or
I know.
I have a short description from the story, and then I have how I think it works, and then I get to just see you guys try to experiment with it.
I love it and I hate it all at the same time. It's like a big puzzle. And they're like, let's leave it. And I'm like, no, let's break it. Fuck, no. No. That's the last thing we do. We don't break nice things.
Me doing that 300 leap into the guardrail was pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, that was good.
I loved that. Numa falling asleep
Falling asleep on the wall.
on the wall. Really, that's all we did. Is we did the combat and we started looking through the eyeglass.
Come on, you guys found a dragon's lair in this swamp.
Yeah,
There are
I mean
two
that
black
was
dragons in it.
that was
Yeah, that's-
great.
That's
About
news.
shit my pants.
Hashtag not my dragon's lair.
But you
It's
couldn't
not
tell
just one.
because still covered in shit.
Hashtag my pants are not brown.
Yeah.
They will be soon.
Or maybe it was hashtag my pants were not brown. Chip, you got anything, or you asleep after a long drive?
He was knocked unconscious by gargoyles.
Thought he
At
knocked
least he's
himself
not on the wall.
unconscious.
Again and again, yeah, that happened to him.
He stunned himself over and over and over and over.
Yeah, he kept being like, I just gotta see if this works, and then he knocked himself out.
I mean,
I'm
he is
feeling
very
like, wait, I
funny.
just gotta see if this works, then it happened again.
And he's either muted
Think
or
about like
just
how
not
that
talking
works
to us.
in real life. Like, oh, let me try
Are you
this
talking about me?
nunchuck still out.
No, of course not. I didn't specifically say Numa.
Well, my phone dropped and my earplug jack broke inside of it. So
Oh,
it's just been a wonderful, interesting time as I returned home tonight. So
yeah, seriously.
Oh, man.
I just assumed you'd already passed out from, driving for most of the day.
Not yet.
Definitely getting there.
All right, well, hope everyone had fun, and y'all have a good evening. I look forward to your homework assignments. They will be graded.
So much fun.
No. It's gonna be on the quiz.
Well, I'll put it this way. If you don't send me questions, there won't be a quiz, and you will all fail.
Oh god, that's bad. The two dragons from the castle and we all die. I've had enough.
That seems like a pretty fair death, yeah.
And we all know
You said they were
it's
going
not
away from you, Caden. Why?
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good evening.
Yeah.
See y'all.